fucking Marauders.
Dude,
Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Game Drain with special guest DIRT GRIGGITY today. We have the panel here as usual as well. Matt Likes Games. It's me, Twan, and also Hard Days Mike. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, and then go on ahead and share this out so we can get more people up in here, check us out and whatnot. But anyways, let's keep it moving. As usual, I like to start out with asking everybody what they've been playing lately. The first person I'm going to ask, of course, is our guest that's on the panel. So DIRT GRIGGITY, go ahead and not only tell us what you've been playing, but also tell everybody where they can find you and whatnot.
First off, thank you for the invite, fellas. I appreciate it. My channel is DIRT GRIGGITY. I'm a pro Xbox channel, anti-PlayStation fanboy channel. I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time. We talk a lot of trash. We have a lot of fun. We talk gaming. So that's what we do on my channel. So check it out. But what I've been playing, I just finished The Quarry. It was a pretty good game if you like those types of games, those super massive, movie games. Great story, limited gameplay. There we go. No, but it was actually a pretty good game. If you liked Until Dawn or those types of games, it was a pretty good game. I'm kind of sad 3 of my characters died and 2 died at the end, which pissed me off from a decision I made. So yeah, but it's a pretty good game. That's what I've been playing recently, and I also played a little Fall Guys. Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
That game, I've always wanted to play that game and Until Dawn, but the amount of stress just knowing I could be the reason a character dies for the entire game is too much for me.
Hey, let me tell you something. It is really difficult, man. You make these decisions, and sometimes there are decisions. It's a literally 50-50 chance of your character dying based on your decision, and it's really stressful sometimes, I gotta admit.
That's a lot. I couldn't handle that. I do want to play Until Dawn though, because I hear that one was fantastic.
I actually bought that. It apparently runs a lot better on the PS5 as well. Like the frame rate's like a solid 60.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be nice to try that out.
That's what's up. Well, Mike, Hard Days, he seems pretty excited and ready to chat. What's been going on with you, brother? What's going on? What have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Odyssey still. I have about 85 hours, I think, on it now. I absolutely love this game. I really didn't think I would, because to me, I just thought it would be another Assassin's Creed game. Because it's not supposed to be derogatory necessarily, but you kind of think of Ubisoft, you just kind of think of same thing over and over. I'm not gonna say it's not a bit there, but the game's fantastic. I beat the main. I'm not gonna say it doesn't exist, but I beat the game. Fantastic ending. At least I very much enjoyed it, and now I'm starting the DLC, and I'm starting the Fate of Atlantis. And I say, if you like Immortal Phoenix Rising, and it's a nice kind of little smush of Assassin's Creed with kind of all that lore. I don't want to spoil it, so that's all I'll say about that. And I've been playing a little bit of Time Splitters Future Perfect. I went back.
That's a fantastic game.
That game is fucking phenomenal. And it's probably an essential play. Genuinely, I don't care what you play it on. Emulate it if you got to. Play it. And as usual, Doom Eternal, my main game. So
can't go wrong with playing that.
Yeah, I'll never stop, dude. I have like about 900 hours now in Doom Eternal. That's never gonna stop. I'm never gonna stop.
I think my favorite part about Time Splitters Future Perfect is just going through the character menu where for multiplayer mode and just seeing all the animations and all the characters. There's like so many of them. There's like how many characters it's like at least like a good like 30-40 characters in that game.
30-40 characters, and don't forget about map maker. That blew my mind. You could literally make campaign levels, any kind of multiplayer level you want. You could have dialogue pop up on the screen like subtitles. It was really, really advanced for its time. And you had map sharing back in the day. Like you could, connect to Xbox Live. Yeah. I think it was PS2 also had the online service.
Yeah, I think they had the online. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And
I don't know about games though.
Oh my god, it was so good. Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Go on, sorry.
I look at most of the content in that game. I'm just thinking to myself, most of this would be DLC nowadays. It's all on one game. Which is
it's absurd. Free Radical are probably Free Radical are absurdly talented, and I'm very much looking forward to their Time Splitters 4.
It's gonna come out. It's coming. I think they're Crytek UK now. I'm pretty sure it's Crytek UK nowadays.
They actually made them their own studio again. I think they call they're like Free Radical something now, and it's all the OG devs that worked on the game. It's not like some new guys heading the studio. It's the people that made Time Splitters. So that has me excited.
That's pretty hype.
All right, fantastic, Mike. I just wanted to shout out the chat real quick. Good to see you, Blind Giant, Too Big. Of course, I got to throw out one of these.
Mahalo!
Oh my god!
I got to throw out that to y'all. Mahalo.
What was that?
And then obviously, you know, Ghosts of New Orleans and Chris Hart. I mean, y'all be following Griggity, man. I mean, we can totally feel
emotional damage.
You guys are just getting wrecked. You guys are just getting wrecked following that. So anyways, let's go on ahead and continue this. Matt likes games. Please let us know what's been going down.
Oh, very quick and simple. Red Dead 2. That is what I've been playing. Running through it for like the 5th time, I think, on PlayStation 5. I haven't played it on PlayStation before, but I played it on Xbox and PC before. It's phenomenal. It's one of the best games ever made, and I'm very much enjoying it. So that is what I've been playing.
I really need to play that.
Really short, simple, and sweet.
I haven't played it yet.
Recommend it. Definitely recommend it.
Short, simple, and sweet. And then you, Twan.
I guess I'm up next. I sound like a broken record how much times I brought up Alundra, but I haven't been obsessed with that game for the past like 3 weeks already. I'm almost at the end. I'm very close to finishing it. I've been shipping it at it every now and then. So that's almost done. And another game I actually picked up recently. This is actually a new game. I don't play new games that often, I feel like.
I'm sorry.
No. It's called Pocky and Rocky Reshrined. It's a remake of the original SNES game. It's like a run and gun game. Beautiful game.
Hey, that sounds actually familiar. How is it?
It's Pocky and Rocky Reshrined. So it was originally on the SNES, and like the work that they did to this game to make it the way it is right now, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Like the sprite work and everything, and they've changed a lot from the original game too. It's very well worth it. It was only like $30.
Like, so it's like a very like kind of faithful remake.
Yeah, it's like very retro. You know, It's hard as balls. Hard as balls too. It's on the Switch and the PS4. I kind of regretted getting this version. I was playing this. I'm like, and I literally ordered the PS4 version as I was playing this because there's actually a little bit of like frame drops too on this one, and even the controller. I'm not a fan of the Switch controller. I'd prefer the D-pad. Like D-pad for the PS4 controller or the PS5 controller is the way to go for this game. So I just picked up that version. And other than that, I also just been using my Namco GunCon as well. I've been playing Point Blank.
I'm coming over to your house, dude. I'm coming over.
Yeah.
Make room.
I've been playing Point Blank 3 a lot. That game is so fun. It's like a WarioWare light gun game almost. There's all these mini games. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, but I was like, holy shit, this is amazing as I was playing it. And another light gun game I played because I had it out was Elemental Gearbolt. Like absolutely gorgeous game. Music's amazing. Fucking gorgeous sprite work. It's like an RPG light gun game, so like you level up as you even play the game. It's just fantastic. Cool. Yeah. So I think I'll just wrap it up with that. I've also been playing Rage 2, obviously. So.
Oh, can I throw in one game I want to revisit? I downloaded it, but I want to talk about just for 1 second. Siphon Filter, because that's on the PS Essentials thingamajiggy.
Yeah.
That game's a fucking dude. We need a new Siphon Filter. That's all I'm gonna say, or a remake or something.
It's been too long.
Maybe.
That's my rant.
I mean, it sounds like that's what they're working on.
They said it
sounds like that's what Ben's working on.
And they said it's not. They said it's a
well, yeah, but I mean, it sounds like it's essentially Siphon. I mean, like it's not called Siphon Filter, but it sounds like it is.
Give it to someone. We need a new one. We need a new one.
Maybe one day.
Well, we'll eventually get one. We'll definitely get one. 100%.
Yeah, when we're like 70.
Yeah. When we're like 70 and decrepit.
When Half-Life 3 comes out alongside it.
I mean, I'm 27 and decrepit. So.
All right,
sorry about that. Ham, go on.
Well, as of myself, I've been playing a lot of Uncharted. Just finished Uncharted 3. I hated it. Didn't like it that much. Of all the Uncharteds, I really did not enjoy that one. Well, the thing is, I liked 1. 2 felt like a giant leap up. And then 3 kind of was like boring for me. And now I just started 4 and I'm like re-immersed into it. Like I'm like, hell yeah, this is looking fantastic. So I'm not just slandering PlayStation. I'm just saying I did not like 3.
Fire.
Moving 3 is the weakest. Okay. 3 is the weakest one by a good margin.
I got the same feeling that a lot of people got, I guess. But anyways, I've also been playing some Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. I played that a little bit with like Noof Nukem and some of his homies, and been playing some NBA 2K with Bill and Matt. And let's see what else. Plague's Tale: Innocence. I'm going through that again just because that game's dope, and also the new one's coming out, so I just felt like I needed a refresher on that game. And that's kind of it. I mean, I'm going through Wolfenstein as well. Just kind of toss that out there too. So the first one. No. So not New Order. Just the first one.
Like the first.
Wait. Is the first one New
Order? New
Order
is the reboot.
Yeah. Okay. So whatever. I'm playing whichever one it is. I just downloaded the shit off of Game Pass and started playing.
He's playing Wolfenstein 3D.
I'm actually kind of
Wolfenstein for the PS3.
I'm pretty close to the end, I want to say, because I've been playing that game in like bits and pieces. I downloaded it at first, started playing it for a little while, then like Psychonauts came out, played that instead, put Wolfenstein away, beat Psychonauts, and got back into Wolfenstein for a little bit, and then Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy came out, and then Halo, and then this year has been kind of wild with some games, so I'm just now coming back onto it from last year, so it kind of is what it is. I'm not like a big, huge Bethesda fan by any means. I am excited for Starfield, but that's more or less because I feel like I'm actually there for the intro of the game, and I've never really been there day one for a Bethesda game, so I'm excited to actually be able to do that for once. But anyways, let's continue on with the subjects of the evening. So the first thing that we're going to go on ahead and touch upon is Rage 2, which is a game that, by Bethesda and everything like that. Go ahead and let me know, Matt, how you felt about that game, because I believe you really liked it.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I think it's just really underrated. I think it's a really underrated game. I feel like, the story is pretty bad to average, but the gameplay is pretty much carries it. It's basically Doom, but you can aim down. Well, I'm saying basically.
I wouldn't even say it's like Doom though, man. I didn't say
hard. It's a little bit of a stretch when you.
I'm saying hard, basically. In the sense that the combat is fast paced, you do get a good amount of abilities that you get as you play through the game, which make you feel even faster. So by the end of the game, it is very much an id game. I'll say the gunplay is great, obviously. Like I said, the story's not so good. I think that game, because when that game came out, it got slandered, and I feel like that game's a good 7 out of 10. But people talk about it like it's a 4 or a 3.
Yeah. To be fair, anything that gets a 7 nowadays is considered bad.
Exactly, and I just don't understand that. I don't understand that line of thinking. But that's just me. I'm honestly really interested to hear about you, because you said you didn't like it.
All right, well then I'll go next. Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it that much at all. Like, I felt like the game gave me like open world fatigue fast. Especially with like just the vehicle. Like, I hated the driving in that game. I thought it was awful. You know me, Matt. I'm big into traversal and being able to move around from spot to spot to spot, and everything just felt sluggish in that game. The gunplay was good. The looting was decent.
Yeah.
The story didn't really bother me. It was just getting from one place to the next that bothered me so much, because it felt like I'd be in one area, then it'd be like, all right, go like 1,000, kilometer
Yeah,
or
30,000 feet.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like I don't, and then I get into this car and it's like I feel like
100%
I'm going 20 miles an hour, and I'm just like, man,
Yeah.
I'm over this. Like it took me like a whole hour of playing it until I was just like, you know what, it's not it.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point that you bring up. If getting to a destination in an open world game isn't fun, you failed. Because for example, you see a game like Sunset Overdrive. If you go to point A to
Awful
point
game,
B,
by the way.
and
I'm kidding.
it's fun.
Shut up.
But the thing, my point is, it's fun when you get to that next point, right? In a game like Rage, it's not really that fun, right? You're either just driving, nothing really going on. It's just really far,
And I think that's what I mean. Not to take it off the topic, but just really quick, that's why I'm interested to see more about Contraband, because that seems to be an Avalanche thing, where it's like they always do this. They say their specialty is vehicular combat, but the vehicular combat's good, but it doesn't happen often enough for the driving not to be boring.
Yeah.
I will say
So-
though, if it takes after Mad Max though, that's gonna be a banger. Because
Exactly. If
Max-
you can, Mad Max had a good thing where it was like it happened often enough where it was like, okay, this, even if the driving's not the coolest, it's still fun because I'm in combat most of the time.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
So we'll see. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah,
Alright.
I mean that's really all I really had to say about it as well. I got Rage gameplay showing on the screen. This is Matt Likes Games playing Rage. Just wanted to shout him out on that for that. And I mean, if you guys like what you see, go on ahead and download it. It's in Game Pass. I mean, it doesn't hurt if you got it already, but for me, it just wasn't exactly. It is 100% worth trying. If you can deal with getting from one place to another kind of sluggishly, then you're gonna be fine. I mean, like, I kind of feel a little bit better about getting around in Assassin's Creed than I do Rage, and I feel like getting around in Assassin's Creed is kind of a pain in the ass as well.
It's tough.
You know, and if I would rather do that than Rage, then that's to me that's not good.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm actually gonna go on, Matt. My bad.
I was gonna say, because you can literally in Assassin's Creed, you can just press a button and put your controller down and go do something, and when you come back, you'll be where you need to be. So, unless somebody kills you along the way, which usually doesn't happen. So, if you can, like, Assassin's Creed is kind of boring, and it's still better than Rage 2's traversal. So, we'll see.
Saying something.
It is saying something. Yeah. I'm going to pass this over to Dirt real quick, because I kind of want a different opinion from somebody that's not like regularly with us before I head over to Twan and Mike.
Well, Rage 2 is a game I haven't played in a while. I thought the game was I didn't finish it. The gameplay was solid enough. The story I just didn't care enough. It was okay. And like I said, I haven't played. I bought it at launch when it initially launched. I played about maybe 4 or 5 hours and put it down.
That's only got your money's worth.
It just didn't grab me. Yeah, it just didn't grab me. I do remember it was like the gameplay was smooth. I do remember the resolution was kind of bad back then.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
1080p.
know.
What console did you play it on?
Yeah.
The original Xbox one?
No, it was a One X, but I believe it
Really?
was still 1080p.
I know it was
1080p.
60. I think it was 60 on One X though.
Yeah,
It was
it was
60,
160.
but it was still blurry.
Yeah, it was blurry. It was blurry. So yeah, I really couldn't get into it. I don't know who that was that said something like compared it to Doom, or was that Matt? I'm not sure who said.
Matt.
Yeah,
That's like I'm saying when you get to like the end game. When you get to the end game, you've got all your abilities and you're moving crazy.
Oh, the end
fast.
game. Okay, I didn't make it that far.
I should have clarified that.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking Doom is awesome. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
So Rage 2, maybe one of these days I'll give it another shot, but it didn't really grab me initially.
Okay, I feel that.
All right, cool.
That's fair.
Well,
I do like
well,
Avalanche games though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
same.
Yeah,
I gotta play Just
I
Cause. I
like
still gotta go around doing
I
that.
like Just Cause 3 a lot. Just Cause 4 wasn't as good as 3. But I do like their gameplay. Their vehicular combat is usually decent in their games. Like you guys referred to Mad Max. That was a pretty decent game.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I am looking forward to Contraband though. So
Yeah, I'm interested to see more about Contraband. I'm really interested to see more about that.
Yeah. I mean, I heard Just Cause 4 was a little bit of a mess when it first came out. Like, at least on console.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
kind of
I'm pretty
was.
sure the
it
flame
let
Kinda
me
was.
Yeah.
it let me down because I really enjoyed 3. I mean, the
Yeah.
frame rate was kind of crappy in 3, but the game itself, I really enjoyed it. I finished it. But 4, I don't know what I don't know what happened with 4 exactly, but it just didn't. I don't know, man.
Probably a lot better nowadays if you put on a Series X, I'd imagine. At
Yeah,
least I hope
yeah,
so.
yeah. Like maybe I'll boot it back up one of these days.
Yeah.
If it ever got
running at a
enhanced,
crisp
man.
900p
Right.
at 30 frames. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, I know,
At
right?
least, at the very least, it'll be a lock 30. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
At the very
it'll
least.
definitely be a lock 30.
At the
I
very
hope.
least.
It'll definitely be a lock
Never know what
30.
the Xbox does.
Yeah.
all right. Well, let's
Shut
keep
up,
this
Mike.
flowing real quick. Let me go ahead and move to Hard Days, Mike. I kind of want to get his take on it real quick. I feel like it might be a little elaborate, maybe.
Well, yeah. To me, I'm gonna just say, like, for me personally, right? So I'm gonna kind of keep it separate. I do not give a shit about the driving in this game, personally at all. I'm just gonna talk about the shooting. The shooting feels very solid. It feels fun. As you guys know, I am like the Doom Eternal first-person shooter addict. Like, I don't know, like 900, 800 something hours on this game. It's all I really play. So because I just love the flow of combat and this isn't necessarily a mark against the game. This is just kind of like the flow and like the evolution of id in general. Every
Mhm.
time I played, it just made me want to go and play Doom Eternal, which isn't a slight against the game because literally Doom Eternal came out after, and they took the lessons they learned from Rage 2 and put it into every other shooter they made after. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really a slight against that, but my biggest kind of issue with the game is I don't know. It's the fact when you get all it's like okay, here's your active quest. You can't unlike well, one that UI system is a
Yeah,
goddamn nightmare.
there's too much at
I don't,
once. Yeah.
dude. Like, what the fuck is going on in that pause menu, dude? I have no idea what's going on there.
Oh, dude, the
Um,
menu is terrible in this game. It's really
yeah,
bad.
yeah, like, and I like, and this is, I mean, I'm not the brightest, so maybe it's just it. I'm glad to know it's not just me, but that
No, it's
UI
not
is
just.
fucking, it's fucking horrifying. And then
Mhm.
when you have quests
Agreed.
activated, it like you can never untag them. They're constantly at the top of your screen, like flashing at you, and it's like stop. It's
Yeah.
just, but like the combat's fun. Um, it just kind of, and once again, I'm sure if this was the only thing out at the time, I'd probably be playing it religiously because, as you know, fast first-person shooters are like my thing. But you know, I just think it's all right. You know, I want to give it more time
Yeah.
when I can.
Mhm.
And it makes me really appreciate id Tech even more because I mean id even more and id Tech itself. Id's probably my favorite game studio like ever. Well,
Yeah.
right behind Valve, or maybe ahead of Valve. I don't know. Doom Eternal is my favorite game ever, or Skyrim, one of them. Anyways, yeah. So it just made me appreciate a lot of things and how shooters have evolved and how id themselves and their game philosophy. I can't speak right now. I'm so fucking tired.
I
Has
got a headache.
evolved.
I know how
Yeah.
you feel right now.
Has evolved as well. They kind of move beyond just pull the trigger and kill. Like it's just really nice. I really like id. Yeah. So final opinion, Rage 2, it's fine.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
It's fine.
All right.
that's a good
Well,
assessment.
Twan, hit,
I guess I'm the
hit
only
us
one
with your
left.
last thoughts on that before we move
All
on.
right. Okay, like Matt said, the story honestly it's kind of bad. I mean, I obviously haven't
Yeah.
seen enough of it, but at the end of the day, I was thinking about. I'm like, do you really play an id game for the story? I mean, even Carmack himself said, story in a game is like story in a porn movie, right? So like at the end of the day, it's the gameplay that matters, right? So
What a hell of a thing to say.
well, I
Right,
live by that. I live by that quote. So like, it's
I
such
will
a
say
good
though, Doom
quote.
Eternal story is actually pretty decent. It's not
Yeah,
like
I mean,
anything
if you look
win
at the lore,
awards about.
the
it's
thing I
better
like,
than Rage's.
yeah, the thing I like
It's-
about Doom Eternal doesn't really force the story down you. You could look
Yeah,
at it,
exactly.
in the menus if you really want to get invested in it, right? But
Exactly.
Mike's like, I watch porn for the story.
Absolutely. I need to know why those points today. I need
You gotta get immersed. Oh my god, what was
that?
I don't even know what these are from.
All right. All right. So, anything else you got to say, Twan, on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna continue. I gotta continue. Anyways, so the story, yeah, bad. Anyways, the gameplay. The moment I started it off, right, I was moving around. I'm like, oh, this is Doom. Like, this is so Doom, right? But then, like, I actually checked because I was thinking, is this an id Tech? Like, is this in the engine? And I checked. Apparently, it's not. It's like Avalanche's engine or something. But I guess it's just it developing it, and just the movement. At least the initial walking speed just feels like Doom. I don't know what it is about it. It just feels like
is.
it.
Yeah.
But anyways,
it's very weightless.
yeah, I said this to Mike. I said this is basically like if you got Doom, you made an open world, and you basically put all the modern first-person shooter philosophies on Doom. Like, for example, reloading, aim down sights, sprinting. You know, it's like if you add all that shit on top of it. And I don't know, because the thing is, I like Doom because of the way it's just kind of classic, right? And it's just no reloading, none of that kind of stuff. But it's the game itself, it plays fine. I think like it's just the initial shooting and everything. I think even later I got these dash abilities too, which kind of expanded upon it as well. I'm pretty sure
it's such a weird place though. It's like LB.
Yeah.
Put that shit on the B button like it belongs, bitch.
Yeah,
it should be on the B button.
Yeah.
It should be.
I'm assuming. I'm assuming it gets expanded upon as further you get into the game. I'm not really sure what it is, but
yeah, you get
so
you get some pretty great abilities.
So I can imagine it gets pretty crazy. But at least the initial, like, cause like what Mike said, right? Like, for example, this when you start, they throw 5 missions at you, and it's like, okay, just do it, right? I'm like, whoa, I'm kind of in this thing, and there's like 5 things on the thing at once. And sometimes I got like ADHD, right? So sometimes I'm following one and I kind of lose track of one, and then I'm following another one because like there's 5 of them on at once. So like my brain kind of gets all screwed up about it. And even the menu itself is just bad too. So it's just like you have like this thing on the top, and it's like kind of got that same problem like Xenoblade 2 has, where it's like not that accurate. So I don't know. And what else was I gonna say? Yeah, like the initial, like what Big said too, right? Just the traversal of getting to point A to point B just isn't that fun. And in an open world game, it kind of has to be fun because that's what you're going to be doing most of the time.
Exactly, especially because that map's huge. The map is
exactly right. It's like
much bigger than it needs to be.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, those are my that's it. Okay. I mean, at least I feel like I can't properly judge it completely because I haven't really beat it or gotten
You don't need to
I haven't gotten all the bells and whistles yet, right? You probably get it end game, right? But
you don't need to beat
at least as of right now, it's like, it's okay.
Beat it or you're failing this podcast.
Dang! I feel like everybody's came to the same conclusion of, it's okay.
Well, my whole thing was it's an average game that people talked about like it was the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it's not a bad game. Like it's not
exactly. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I played far worse.
Okay.
I could see myself playing it if I really forced myself to do it.
Well, we're moving on from Rage because Rage.
Yes.
Done with it. Anyways, weekly breakdowns now. We're gonna go on ahead and talk about what we've seen within gaming throughout the week, and I'm gonna go on ahead and kick this off with our guest, DIRT GRIGGITY. What kind of news have you seen that's pretty interesting this week? I'm not quite talking about takes of the week. We'll get into that later. So go on ahead and tell me what your thoughts of the weekend news. I know it's been a little dry, but what you got?
Okay, something that was interesting to me is Xbox. They also PlayStation in Japan last week.
That's the thing that happened.
Oh, yes.
That's interesting. I know the numbers are small. Just I know it's stock shortages with the PlayStation, but just that it happened, and I think it's very interesting to see that those consoles are selling somewhat over there. Because I remember there was times last generation the Xbox One would sell 90 consoles in a month, like literally.
Yep.
No exaggeration. I would remember seeing 90 consoles sold in a month. So to see that the Xbox Series sold 6,000 in a week, I mean that's small numbers, obviously, but not for Japan when it comes to Xbox.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Exactly.
very interesting. That's very interesting stuff to me. Very interesting stuff.
It's fantastic. Has anybody got anything to say about that?
I definitely, and that was actually
Happens,
that was what I was going to bring up, but I kind of figured someone was going to bring that up. But it's like, yeah, that's something that people like. I get the whole, Sony regularly does it, and they do, and that's true. But it's like people need to give Xbox their flowers for like correcting a major glaring problem for them. It's like that market has been terrible for Xbox ever since the launch of the Xbox One. And now that they're actually making even if it's small, they're making inroads in that market, that's like really huge. And to see Kojima at the showcase,
Yeah,
to see Team Ninja show up with their game. I mean, you got Persona on the system coming later this year. I mean, it's all really huge stuff that
grabbing
people
games is
can't
very
just
hard.
overlook.
Great
The
point.
Series S, dude, freaking was their Trojan horse to probably so
It
many
was
countries.
perfect. It's the perfect system. The perfect system.
Yep.
Hey, everybody wants to hate on the Series S, but it's constantly selling. It is what it
It
is.
really is.
Yeah.
Yep.
People just need to accept it. It is what it is.
Yeah, the Xbox just has always done terribly in Japan, right? They never really had. I think the only time they almost had
360 was
somewhat
good.
of a yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
exactly.
They almost had a success was like 360. That was like the closest they ever gotten to it. But I feel like even in the OG Xbox, they really tried to get Japan, right? Like they had the whole deal with Sega, Koei, no Tecmo, sorry. They had a whole deal with Tecmo with the Dead or Alive, Ninja Gaiden. So I mean, they tried, right? They just never worked out, unfortunately. So it's nice to see that it looks like things are at least turning around. So it's interesting to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Anybody else got anything before I hop into my subject?
I have. Well, I don't know if that's a take. I'll save that. Go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so I'm gonna go on ahead and throw out that there's been a lot of rumors going around with this whole God of War game coming out this year. And it seems like a lot of people are expecting, including me. I'm honestly expecting this game to come out sometime this year, but there's a little bit of hesitation in my voice when I say that because I do know Horizon dropped information. What was it, like early fall or late summer, and their game ended up not even dropping until February. So it is a possibility that they are going to push this to spring like they like to drop God of Wars. But do any of you guys think that God of War is going to be coming out this year?
I do. I think it comes out this year.
I think it's
I say September.
I think it's a 50-50, honestly. Like
That's not an answer. That's not an answer, Twan. Quit fucking around. Give me an answer.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say right now it's not coming out this year. That's what I'm saying.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, you know,
towards that.
You know what? I'm going to say yes, but since you're forcing me to give an answer, forcing us to give a yes or no answer, I'm going to say yes. But I'm like Twan is I'm really 50-50 with it. I really don't know, but I'm going to say
I'm so used to delays. I honestly I'm expecting it not to show up unless they get a solid date.
Yeah, exactly. So it's June, close to July. Like you mentioned, Ham Solo, last year, Horizon Forbidden West, they had a dedicated state of play. I forgot what month, but I'm assuming it was around the same time. And that game still didn't come out until February of this year. Not saying that's going to happen with God of War, but it's like this. If it comes out, cool, because I'm a big fan of the franchise. I got me a PS5. Finally, I'm ready for that game. To be more specific, God of War Ragnarok is the game I'm really waiting for. If it doesn't come out, that's cool too, because I'm going to talk a lot of trash. I'm just being honest. I'm going to talk a lot of trash. But honestly, I do think it will come out this year. But if it doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised.
Gotcha. Matt,
like I'll say yeah, and I'll say it's coming out in September, and I think also Forspoken gets delayed.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah,
I think you give us God of War, or I mean, maybe the reverse happens. Maybe Forspoken comes out and God of War gets delayed, but that's not going to happen. That will not happen. God of War comes out, Forspoken gets delayed. We see it September, maybe October, and if we don't see it then I'm wrong, and it'll come out next year.
In the spring. Hey, Hard Days Mike, what's going on, bro?
Yes, that's my answer. Yes. Yeah, combination of no and yes. I have no fucking idea, dude.
I was like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I haven't even played 2018. You know, all I play are like RPGs and like shooters. I don't know. I don't know.
Haven't you heard God of War is an RPG?
Yeah,
Mike?
God of War is like an action RPG.
Yeah, God of War is a full-blown RPG,
Mike. Action RPG.
So is Horizon Forbidden West, Mike. Haven't you heard?
Get the fuck out of here. That ain't an RPG.
Why the fuck you lying?
Oh my god.
Why you always lying?
I need alcohol.
Oh my god. Stop fucking lying.
I am gonna play because he'll game shares with me, but
I'm having too much fun with that.
But I don't know, man. Like, I hope it comes out this year because their fans have been waiting forever. Because I want it to come out this year. How about that? That's all I'm gonna give you.
Yeah, that game was supposed to come out in 2021, right?
Yeah,
it was supposed to,
yeah.
but whenever they showed that, I'm like, no way, dude.
Yeah,
no way.
All they had was a
not
logo, you know.
It's like I appreciate the ambition, but that's not
logo.
happening.
No, actually, no, we have gameplay. That's right.
Yeah, but I want it to come out though, because I know a lot of people that are really excited for it, and like, you know, I just want it to come out, and I want it to be good.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that it came out like almost 5 years ago now. But man, time moves.
It doesn't feel like it's been 5 years, man.
I know it feels like it came out last year.
Since
almost 2018. It's crazy.
Since the 2018 one, almost five.
Almost. That's what I said. Almost. Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah.
Time is terrifying, man. Time is terrifying.
We should just have the rest of our podcast just talking about the forgive of life.
Yeah.
Existential crisis. Let's go.
Yeah.
Existential crisis, the podcast. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. I'm going to move on to Twan for the news now. If he doesn't say what I'm expecting him to say, I'm going to bring it up next. But go on ahead, Twan.
I mean, I was talking about the Nintendo Direct thing, right?
Yep, you nailed it.
I knew it. That was one thing. I had another thing on my mind. But that was another thing that also happened as well. A lot of people are even disappointed about this as well, because apparently it's rumored to be a third-party one from what we've heard, and it's supposed to be happening on the 29th from what I've heard as well. But it's all rumors, right? Nothing's actually officially confirmed as of right now. I mean, so far
they're having an upcoming Nintendo Direct.
I mean, it's not confirmed. It's a rumor. It's a rumor.
Oh.
Right? They had one previously, which was just like Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I don't think anyone.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were talking about.
Yeah. I mean, no, who cares about Xenoblade Chronicles 3? I know you guys don't care about it, so what's the point of bringing it up?
Yeah, I can't lie.
I feel like you guys. I feel like you guys in general just aren't really that big into Nintendo. At least you guys.
Hey, I love some Metroid, but
Metroid's really good. That's easily my favorite.
Never heard of it. I'm sorry.
Shut up, Mike.
I kind of dip my toe in when it comes to Nintendo. I don't really go full into that at all. Not anymore. I used to love Nintendo, but I was always into Nintendo as like a TV console. I was never into Game Boys or any of that kind of stuff. So now that it's a handheld console, I mean, I still put it in the dock and play it when I want to play Nintendo. I don't play it handheld. For some reason, I just can't. I don't like it.
I don't really do play. I used to do handheld back when I was in school, but I don't really do it anymore.
So you don't like playing at 480p and then on your handheld at 20 frames a second?
You're not getting the real experience.
Yeah.
I have
720p at 9.
I have absolutely no interest in any Nintendo game.
That's just me. Nintendo guy.
And listen, and listen, I'm 45 years old, so when I grew up, Nintendo was king. You know, I was a Sega Master System guy.
I respect you, man.
I respected Nintendo because they did have great software, but over the years, I just never really vibe with Nintendo. The first Nintendo console I actually owned was the Super Nintendo. I didn't even own the NES. because all of my friends had it, my cousins had it. I played all of the games. I was like, I don't need I want a Sega. So now, all these years later, I just can care less about Nintendo. That's just me. I respect what they've done for the industry, but I just have no interest in Nintendo at all.
I feel that.
I miss M-rated Nintendo really badly.
That's
when they would
God, who knows when that's coming back?
Exactly
that's
what you anticipated happening.
We got Bayonetta 3, right? That's an M-rated.
I mean,
ish.
Are they still developing that? Like, what's the status on that?
It's supposed to. I mean, we got gameplay of it pretty recently, actually. So
late last year or something.
Yeah, it could come out possibly even this year or next year, very latest next year at the very latest. But yeah, we did get gameplay on it though, so at least we got that. For the longest time, for like the past 3 years, we only had a logo, and that's all we had to go off of. So at least we... See, I'm really excited.
That fucking logo, Twan. We'll enjoy that beautiful.
I mean,
logo.
that's all we have for Metroid Prime 4 as of right now, and we've had that.
Oh my god,
for the past like 6 years now. So
that fellow saying, "Yeah, we had to restart development." Sorry.
Yeah, exactly that too, right? They had to switch developers because I think Namco was developing it, and then they switched it back to Retro, which were the original.
That game's never happening. That game is never happening.
The Switch 2 will probably happen. Who knows? But
whenever that happens in like 2046.
But yeah, I think.
Well, what was the other news you had, Twan?
Oh, I was gonna bring up the. It's not really news. It was just more of just stuff I've been seeing on Twitter. It was just the PS5's breaking down because of the whole rest mode thing, and now I'm scared to turn my PS5 on now.
Dude, I'm telling you, you gotta turn on your PS5
because
it's imperative that you turn on your PS5.
Since day one, I've had my PS5 on rest mode, and like I just
wait.
assumed,
What's the story about this shit breaking? What's happened?
Yeah, PS5s are dying on people.
Yeah, all the videos. I quote tweeted one of them like,
yeah,
this is why I don't put my PS5 in rest mode. And it's like this dude turned his PS5 on and the screen just turned green. I'm just like, dude, I don't mess with that. I don't mess with that at all.
Oh, the screen turned green? The screen turned green?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It's like I think we were starting to call it the
green like the better console. Oh.
But that's a hidden message.
Dude.
It's a hidden
Where's
message.
the on button on this console?
I don't know where that thing is. I turned it on with a controller.
Yeah, people are starting to call it the green light of death now, it looks like. So, I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Making my PlayStation isn't dead, boys.
you turn on your PlayStation, you really just turn it on an Xbox, right?
Yeah, because the thing is, my PS5 recently went through a power surge, right? And I always have it in rest mode. Since day one, I got it in rest mode. So now I'm just after seeing. I'm just scared to turn it on
right now.
I'm too scared to turn it on.
If you don't turn it on with like the next 2 days, I might fight you.
Yeah, turn it on because the longer you wait, the worse the chance is. The worse the chance is that thing's
seriously.
I'd rather just
turn it on during the podcast, bro, because I need to know.
We can see the green screen of death happen live right here.
Oh god, that'd be devastating.
I'd cry for you,
You
bud.
can see my initial reaction to it. So
we could change the title of this podcast to Twan's
PS5 eyes. Like a thumbnail picture of Twan shocked.
Yeah, it's just me in tears. You have like edited tears in Photoshop or something.
Fantastic. All right, so next for the news, I'm gonna go on over to Mike.
All right, so this isn't anything groundbreaking, and in fact, I think this happened actually over a week or two ago now, but it's more or less just me being pissed off. So I'm going to talk about it. So PlayStation announced an even bigger improvement to their sharing system. I don't know what the hell they call it over there because it's mostly
Share Factory.
Share Factory.
Share Factory. Share Factory is fucking phenomenal.
Oh, he's about to smash on Xbox. He's about to dunk.
Oh, dude,
he's about to slam dunk it.
Xbox is my primary platform, and watching them have features that not have features that even the fucking Switch has drives me insane. Because they're like the richest fucking company, and I can't upload 4 screenshots at once. What the fuck is that? And don't even get me started on the HDR toning being off. The fucking DVR sometimes just crashing, and I have to restart the console just to get it to upload to Twitter. It's fucking awful. I don't know what they're doing over there, but it's pissing me off. All right, that's pretty much all I had to say.
Wow. Get that off your chest.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
It's pissing me off, dude. Because right now, like earlier, I took a screenshot of some Assassin's Creed, and I was trying to upload. It's like, sorry, we can't upload right now. It's system error. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And meanwhile, I go to my Switch, and it's like, yeah, you can upload 4 images at once. You can trim it like this. You can. I'm like, dude, what is happening? They're literally a trillion billion. I don't even know how much money they
Yeah,
fucking make.
they
Dude.
need to
Like, they need to do something.
listen.
And if it's
I
because of
love
Windows, you
Xbox.
fucking fix it.
Yeah, I love Xbox, but I don't know. The DVR system was better at Xbox One's launch than it is right now,
Yeah.
and that's a little weird to me. That's a little strange. But
It's frustrating.
I'm not an engineer. I don't know. It just seems weird.
Yeah.
And like you said before, if it's a firmware issue, then update it. Or if it's like an actual software,
fix it, dude.
Then hire people to fix it.
yeah,
Hire
just,
people to make it not a firmware
They've
issue.
been saying it's a top priority now since 2020.
It's
Fucking top
It's not.
priority, my asshole.
It's not a top
Fuck's sake.
priority.
Jesus Christ.
There's
All
like
right.
50
That's all I
priorities
realized.
ahead of that.
top priority is Game Pass. That's the top priority.
Exactly.
I'm just pissed because it's it's my primary platform. This is what I play on. Just to be like, I can't even share a fucking clip to Twitter without it looking like I took it in the midnight without the fucking light. It's like at midnight. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what's happening.
Mike, just use the app. Just use the app.
Oh my god, dude! Don't even get me started. How they thought it was a good idea to take away direct upload from Xbox. That was their solution to fixing their broken system. Was actually just straight up removing it. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking sometimes, dude. I really don't. Like, I appreciate them. Don't get me mistaken, because I think I appreciate everything else to do, like FPS boost, all that. I get it. But can we fix the DVR, please? Can we just fix it already? Because
or just mention it. Just mention it
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
say
Acknowledge it
something.
exists.
I
Or
tweeted.
It's like with EA with
Can I just
Titanfall
say
2.
real quick?
You know?
I tweeted Jason Ronald and Phil Spencer once. I can find the fucking tweet. And Jason Ronald replied to me saying this is a top priority back in like early 2021. And I almost said Phil Ryan and Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer like the reply from Jason Ronald saying this is a top priority. We have big fixes being pushed out. I'm like, what the fuck? It's still crashing my console. It's still randomly causing it to chug. Like, dude, sometimes I'll go play Doom and I'll record a clip and my fucking console starts to like lag. It's like, what is happening? All right, that's enough.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that has to do with the DVR as much as it is keeping up with your ass.
Yeah, that might be. It can't, dude. These guys haven't seen me play Doom Eternal. They won't get it. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, but
Yeah.
I just hope they fix it, man, because it's just my favorite place to play, and it just sucks because I love sharing my experiences. I love showing my friends what I'm doing. I love showing weird games to people that they might not have tried. I love showing old games to people that they may have not tried because it's a fucking old game. And it's just hard too when the DVR just is like, I don't really feel like it. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just hope they fix it.
Yeah, if you
One
guys
day.
haven't seen Mike play Doom, check out his channel, Hard Days Mike, on Twitch. He's a fucking menace.
He's
He's
the
a
Doom
he's
guy.
cracked
fucking
out of his
menace
mind.
in that game.
Doom
But-
guy himself.
All I
But
play is
anyways,
Ultimate Warfare. All I play.
Matt, did you have something else that you wanted to share? Because I know Dirt.
See,
said
I
what you were
got
gonna-
something. I got something, but I don't know if it's more of a take or if it's a topic. I think it'll be a take. It'll be for the take of the week.
Well,
save it for take.
Well, we are actually on that part of the show, so
Okay.
take of the week, let it commence, bruh.
Okay, so really I'm gonna go with Forza versus this whole thing with Forza. I don't understand why it's a big deal. I really don't. And they've confirmed it.
Forza
They've
Horizon,
confirmed
mind you. It's
Forza.
Forza Horizon.
They've confirmed ray tracing on Xbox multiple times, like tons of different times, like every day for like a week or 10 days. There, they confirmed it once a day, and still people to this day are like, I don't think it has ray tracing. I don't think it has ray tracing in game, and it's like. And then you got people comparing GT7, which, look, if you like GT7, you like GT7, God bless. I'm sure it's a fun game. But there's
it's the greatest.
visually there's no comparison for
Was
me.
it funny?
It's not a fault of GT7. GT7 is inherently in a bad position when it comes to being compared to Forza. Exactly. It was developed for PS4. Forza Motorsport was not. that's the difference. That's why it looks better. That's why it does the things it does. I don't understand why people are doing this whole thing of they're grasping on to things that just aren't true.
Hey man, you know why? You know why.
I know, but it's like, dude, like if you're gonna console war, if you're gonna fanboy, put some thought into it. Put some thought into it. You're saying things that
mighty
aren't
hungry.
Yeah,
you're saying things that just aren't true anymore. Just think a little bit.
That happens pretty often, Matt.
Can I say something super funny real quick about all the comparing? There's that one guy that was comparing it, and it's showing this car driving through the city, and it's like the most dead looking city I've ever seen in a video game.
My God,
like in a race.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the account. We all know the account. Literally,
GPU or
something. That was the most dead looking city I've ever seen in a fucking video game. Dude. It looked better than like Spider-Man on the PS1. Dude. I don't know the no, don't get me wrong. It's very pretty looking, but I'm talking about like life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what these people are smoking.
And then you've got people like I follow a guy. Like I said, God bless him. I'm not going to name him, but he's like almost every day. He's like GT7 is the best looking game ever. I'm just like, no, it's not, man. It isn't. It is not. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just not.
You know what? I need to hear what Dirt Griggity has to say about that, bro. Run up in there. Get up in there.
Oh, man. Okay, fellas. First off, let's just say this. Now, we know what's going on, right? Now, you guys are probably not involved in the console war, but I am. Right, I am. I'm involved. I try not to be on Twitter too much because it seems like it never ends on Twitter. So I might have a day or two. I'll talk a lot of trash and then I'll kind of lay back in the cut. But yes, I've been noticing every big time PlayStation fanboy. They're going after GT. I'm sorry. They're going after Forza Motorsport and they're going after Starfield. These are the two games specifically they're going after. And at the end of the day, I think it's pretty simple. For years, they said Xbox has no games. They said Xbox, needs new IPs, right? And Starfield is obviously a new IP, but that's obviously not enough. So they will never give Xbox credit for anything. And I learned that a long time ago. I used to expect those guys to say, "Hey, man, give Xbox credit." Like us Xbox guys, we'll give. I love God of War. I love The Last of Us. I say those games are great, but they would never do that. So now these guys are going out of their way to find something to go after Xbox about. And for some reason, that game is Forza Motorsport, which how can they go after this game? If Xbox lies and there's not ray tracing in this game, that's an L.
Yeah.
Now, but they said it's in the game. We can only go by the actual developers. The actual developers said ray tracing is in the game. So it's a constant issue. It will never end, brother. No matter Xbox can put out a game like a Hellblade 2. I remember hearing guys saying, "Oh, Hellblade 2 looks like shit." But what?
Get your eyes checked.
Factually incorrect. Factually incorrect.
Absolutely, man. Exactly. So I've seen it. I don't know how new you guys are to this community, but I say it all the time on my channel, on my videos. I was just the guy in the chat on other YouTubers, Dealer Game and ran out. Though I was the guy in the chat on their podcast, and when I decided to start doing my own stuff, it took a long time, but I remember everything that was said. I will never forget. I still have receipts, screenshots from years ago of some things that some of these guys said. And the hypocrisy is absolutely incredible. So it will never end, man. So at the end of the day, this is not a surprise. Excuse me. Their behavior would never change. Even when Xbox show like gameplay from Fable, they'll show gameplay from Hellblade. They'll show gameplay from Perfect Dark. Whatever these games look like, these games can look incredible. They're going to find some type of way to discredit these games. So don't be surprised when that happens. And for these guys to sit here and say Forza Motorsport, what? That game looked incredible, like you said, Matt.
Absolutely.
This game is a next gen only game.
Yeah.
GT7 is not. It's the cross generation game. Like the replay mode looks incredible, right?
Yeah,
And
it does.
that's
Really
what they would show for the longest. They would show the replay mode. I seen one guy tried to act like the replay mode was real gameplay. Somebody said, "Nah, brother, nah, you're full of crap." That's replay
Oh
mode.
my god! Oh yeah. Remember that?
So so yeah, that's it,
Mhm.
man. So at the end of the day, they will never give Xbox credit for anything.
Yeah, there's another thing
That's-
with Forza Motorsport is
sounds
they could
neat.
directly compare it to Gran Turismo 7 too, right?
Right, absolutely.
So it's like a
And-
can't do
And it's like, not to be extra messy, but it's like, dude, I got really into Motorsport 7 recently, and I'm trying to get back into that too once I beat Red Dead again. But it's like, dude, Motorsport 7 looks phenomenal.
That looks better than
ridiculous.
GT7, to be honest
It
with you.
kind of does. It kind of
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, you can like GT7, you can say it looks great because it does look great, but it's like, dude, one of those things looks objectively better than the other. That's all I'm saying.
Like I told
Mhm.
Matt
That's it.
this, like just seeing
Can I
that.
say something super quick? Actually, no.
Alright, go
No.
for it,
I'll
yeah.
tell you. Actually, I'll say it after. You go first. You go
Okay,
first.
so anyway, as I was saying, I told Matt this when we're watching the live stream, I was like, this game, Forza Motorsport, on a compressed live stream looks better than Gran Turismo 7 on my 4K TV. Like that's what I told Matt. Like I was just more impressed looking at that than Gran Turismo, like natively on my
You
PS5.
can,
Ooh,
yeah, you
Twan.
can tell.
Like,
You can tell it looks better. You can just
He just put it out of its misery with that one, man. Damn. I thought we had the PlayStation bro here to keep some balance, but Twan's sending them shots.
Twan's not a PlayStation bro.
I just say what I think. Like I don't
Exactly.
I don't go to sides unless it's Sega. That's it. I don't go to any side.
He said that's the only thing I'm defending is Sega.
Like I'll defend the 32X with my life. Yeah.
Twan's an honest gamer.
Hey,
What about you, Mike?
Hey,
What were you
Twan,
about to say?
I was gonna say something completely unrelated, and I don't know why I was going to. Continue.
Oh, God.
I was gonna say it's PlayStation related. It's not a bad thing. It's actually just something I just found out. So I'm very much happy. It's a good thing. Though. It's a good thing. So, but it's so unrelated. I'll just save it for them.
Okay.
Hey, I'm
Alright,
looking at
so-
Twan's background.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Gary, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm looking at your background. I thought I was like one of the 17 people that had the 32X Sega CD combo like that.
Oh no, Ham has that as well. Ham
Oh,
has
really?
that
Nice.
combo
Yeah,
as
man.
well.
There goes Ham. He's gonna go grab it, ain't he?
I had it when it released. I was in my early 20s. No, I was I was like 18 or something. I had to get it. I actually like the 32X. I love their Mortal Kombat 2.
Mortal Kombat, that's the best version. I think.
Like the best console version. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was incredible. So I did enjoy my 32X, but of course it died pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's not enough games, right? Like
Yeah.
I think like 30-ish.
Yeah,
Released
yeah, but it was pretty
32
cool.
for the 32.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
It's about
some-
32 games, and then
Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah,
there are
so-
games I do like on it, like Tempo's really nice on it. I do like Knuckles Chaotix. I think that's actually a
Yeah.
fun game when you actually
Yeah,
understand
it was
it.
cool. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it just
It was
even
cool,
the
but-
Sega CD is pretty cool too. I like the Sega
Yeah, I
CD.
enjoy the Sega CD also.
Like Snatcher's a masterpiece.
I
That's
never
all
played
I've seen.
Snatcher.
It's
I
really
never
good.
played
It's
that.
Kojima. It's a Kojima game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always played those full motion video games. Like Night
Fucking
Trap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sewer
Ground.
Superstar.
What was it? Ground Zero Texas, I believe.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Are we
yeah,
talking about
that's-
Sega CD now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I
Let's
played. I
go.
love all those games. I hate I didn't keep those systems.
My favorite motion video on the Sega CD was Wirehead though. That game was hilarious.
Oh, I never played that one.
That was a good one. It's just so wacky. Like you do so much.
Hey, Ham Solo, do you remember that Scottie Pippen game? On
I never got to
Sega
play that.
CD?
I never got to play that one. I've
The
checked it out on
controls
YouTube.
were abysmal. The controls were abysmal, but I finished it somehow. I don't know how.
The last sports game I played on my Sega CD was Joe Montana.
Oh wow.
That football game, and it's there. I own it.
It's there. A ringing endorsement.
Oh yeah.
I'm messing
The only football game I really enjoy on that so far that I got is Bill Walsh. I mean,
Oh yeah. I
because
remember
that game
Bill
was
Walsh.
fire. That game was fire, but that game was also on like the Genesis and stuff like that. So I already kind of had, I already had a lot of history with that before I even hopped into it. But anyways, let's hop into some more takes. So Matt got his bars off, and then it ended up with being Twan throwing out some slander. so I'm actually gonna push it over to Twan next. Because I think I'm going to save Griggity for last. Because he always got something real nuts that he's heard on Twitter or something like that. So I'm going to save him for last on this one.
All right. So I don't know. This is the pretty big elephant in the room, at least for me. But I think this morning, actually, you know Bernie Stoller, right? The former head of Sega at the time. So recently, he just passed away today, actually, unfortunately. And I mean, the thing about him is, I mean, he did a lot of good, right? But there's also some things that Sega fans like, especially the old school ones. A lot of them don't like a lot of the stuff that he did do. So like, I see a lot of people hating on it, you know, especially like today, right? I'm like, come on, like there's a time and place
of all
for that,
days,
right?
all days.
Yeah, this ain't the day for that.
Like I've seen some stuff. I'm not even gonna say it, you know, because I think you already know, right? I'm not even gonna bother saying.
Yeah, it's probably terrible if it's online,
right? So. I mean, that's honestly just me. I mean, like, just give the guy some respect. He's done some good. Of course, he's done some bad. I mean, at the end of the day, right? You know, people that are in those type of positions, you know, they're gonna screw up every now and then. But I mean, he did do good, though. He did do good. So yeah, that's just something I just want to throw out there.
Fair enough.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of wild, but I mean, definitely expected, unfortunately, in this kind of community. That people don't. I mean, especially when you got a fake profile picture and whatnot, people don't hold back,
the
and they'll just
one.
And people won't hold back. People don't want to show their real faces when they come out here talking all crazy and stuff like that because they know it's wrong.
Yeah.
But for some reason they feel the need or feel entitled enough to come on to a platform and say some goofy shit. I'm not with that.
Oh, it's lame, dude. It's really lame.
Mike, what you got for us?
I'm totally so prepared for this, and I totally did not forget. I'm definitely not frantically searching my timeline for something to talk about.
Just look at any fanboy page on Twitter, you'll find something.
Well, anyways, you know, I'll talk about it just because I'm a very big fan of RPGs, and as Matt knows, they're basically my behind that and first-person shooters. They're really all I play. Action RPGs, regular RPGs, top-down RPGs, you know, isometric ARPG, all of it. If there's some type of role-playing element, I'm in it because it means I get to kind of customize my guy. I get to all this type of, you know, that's what I love. But anyways, the saying for Starfield, people saying it's, I don't know, like the ugliest game they've ever seen is some of the biggest fucking horseshit. Or
another
like I'm not gonna mention any channels or anything like that, but people making countless videos saying how rough and how terrible it looks. I'm like, you people are fucking smoking crack and farming views. Like
they really are, dude. It's actually incorrect to say that.
I'm like, I'm sitting there like watching this, and I'm like getting so excited. At first, I was a little nervous when they said all these planets, but then I sat there like, holy shit, these are just like you know, probably like what, like 980 optional planets or whatever. I can just go say fuck it, let's go there and see what's there. I might find random enemies, I might find nothing, I might find a giant. I'm like this, and if I don't want to do that, I can go play the most content Bethesda's ever put into a video game.
Did you also see, just to add really quick, did you also see the leak about the procedural generation in the game?
What was the leak?
Okay, so basically it's like everyone's like super worried. I mean, again, this is just a leak. It could be completely false. But like the dude was talking like everyone's super worried about, you know, whenever you hear procedural generation, like people get all like up in arms about it. But it's like he's saying there's even the cities that aren't not the cities, but the planets that aren't handcrafted feature major cities, like huge cities, like with consequences, with different outcomes, like with like all of this stuff, all the stuff that isn't handcrafted is procedurally generated to a level that would make you think that it is handcrafted.
Dude, if they managed to pull that off, I will bust. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'll try to
Because
find it and I'll put it in our group chat if I can find
I
it.
feel like
because
even
dude,
worst
to
case
me,
scenario. Oh, sorry, I'll let you continue.
just to say, just whenever I see that game and it's like you can have a background story, and the fact that one of them is like literally you can go and visit your parents, and part of your paycheck goes to your fucking parents, and they're actually interactive. You can go to them. Is insane to me. You want a
Yeah.
background where you're a bounty hunter and it actually means something. I don't know. I just don't see it because to me, everyone's like, well, we have a history of not trusting Bethesda. I'm like, realistically, Fallout 76 was the only thing they really released, and it wasn't even their main studio that was really rough. The Fallout 4 had
Yeah.
things I didn't particularly care about it, but it wasn't a bad game.
I've
So
I've I found
I have.
the
Oh,
link.
you did? Awesome.
Okay.
Definitely dropping.
So,
Go on.
so it says these planets will still have cities, dungeons, outposts, and even clutter, but it will all be made by the algorithm using the parameters set by the team. For example, the stuff you'll find on a snowy planet will be well-insulated buildings, heavier clothing, clutter like bottles of de-icer, etc. Likewise, on a desert planet, you would be more likely to find solar-powered devices and ships, moisture evaporators, and underground refrigeration. Those rules on what will appear are not absolute. So you could find, for example, you could find snow boots in a house on a desert planet if the person who lives there is an interplanetary trader, and that's the example they gave. But yeah, that's the leak, and I'll put that in the I'll actually put that in Discord so you guys can check it out after the show. But yeah,
Like,
if that's
dude,
true,
if they
then
nail that, like, I'm gonna lose my shit because I'll
yeah,
never stop playing this game. And with
if
the
that
mod
level
support,
of
everyone.
detail is true, it's gonna be nuts.
I think even
Because
worst case scenario. Oh, sorry. I'll just.
one thing just to make it super quick is everyone keeps saying like, oh, the modders. You guys always talk, well, because this is the biggest opportunity for modders too. There's a lot of people that down talk about people modding this game because like, you guys only talk about modding it because like Bethesda's modding community is some of the most passionate in gaming.
That's exactly
So
what I was
that
gonna
I am
say. Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
So I just got to say this though, and then I'm gonna roll it on to whoever's next. They need to drop the 5 GB limit. Like it needs to be raised to 20 or something. That it can
Oh
no
yeah.
longer just be
That'd be
5
nice.
gigabytes because it's not enough. I'm sure they know that it's not enough.
Oh yeah, the modding limit.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
5 GB.
Mhm.
That needs to go. It needs to
Mhm.
go.
Oh, yeah, at least it was bad on PlayStation. It was like fucking like 1 GB or something.
It was like
PlayStation's was terrible.
900 megabytes.
something megabytes, and they
Oh
weren't allowed to
god.
have
And
third-party assets.
yeah,
Jesus.
you
It was fucking
you
a
couldn't
shit
use
show.
things that change the base game. It's like,
Imagine
okay,
if Sony did get Stark. Oh my! I don't even want to think about that now because
that would have been
would be
terrible.
that would have
That
been
would
so
have been
Yeah,
bad.
it
terrible.
would not have been worth it to be honest. Like,
It would have been
Oh
really
my
bad.
God.
yeah, I
The
mean,
modding to me is important as well.
I find it ironic Sony's worried about that, but we finna see Master Chief swinging in Spider-Man here shortly. Somebody's gonna mod
Yeah.
that in the game. You already know.
Oh, dude. There's gonna be insane mods in Spider-Man, and it's like,
Day
yeah,
one.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see it.
yeah, like how is that actually? Let's say if they do have like Spider-Man or God of War mods in Starfield on the Xbox, and like would Sony be okay with that? Like how would that
Doesn't
work?
matter if they're okay,
Right?
if they're
Like,
okay with
Shit
it.
about it.
they
Yeah,
can't
it
do
doesn't
anything
matter
like
if
Can't
they're
do
okay
shit.
with it or not. They can't do anything about that.
I remember
I
I'm sure
feel
that I mean, I know for a fact there's you can get yourself a Kratos follower in Skyrim on Xbox, which you can't
Yeah,
do on PlayStation because they will not
PlayStation.
allow it. Because they just
It's
won't
absurd.
allow it. But okay, it's besides the point. That's besides the point.
Shitty company.
I remember K Mega posting a mod of Chief as Kratos instead, and then I remember somebody else making a mod where the main antagonist is Chief, and so Kratos is actually fighting Chief, and I thought that was dope actually.
Yeah,
Because they were getting into it. Because you remember that first fight scene where they're like slamming each other's heads into everything, and
Yeah, versus the stranger. Yeah.
yeah, that shit was wild. And then they put Chief
the
in there,
best
and I was
fights.
like, man, this looks like a real console war going on. I thought that was dope.
That fight is awesome.
But anyways, my quick take. I'm actually gonna make mine short and sweet because I really want to hear what Dirt has to say. But is the slander against Plague's Tale, the new one. I've been seeing enough of that lately, and it's been getting on my damn nerves because for me, I feel like I'm hearing people say that nothing's really changed. And I'm like, did you guys watch the same thing that I just got done watching? I mean, you could rush people in the new Plague's Tale, which you better not do that in Innocence. You will get stabbed immediately. You got crossbows in there. The scenery looks a hell of a lot cleaner, and I mean, there's just a lot of different things about it. I just thought it was goofy. It should be expected. I mean, we're talking about Twitter, right? But I just thought it was goofy that I was seeing people trashing on that game. And I feel like I feel like anytime there's a game coming to Game Pass, I can guarantee it's going to get slandered. It's going to get slandered. That's the only reason. Because that game would have been just fine. Nobody would have been saying or complaining about nothing about that if they just said, it's coming out, but it's not in Game Pass or anything like that. Everybody would have left it alone. But as soon as, day one in Game Pass, oh man, it's fodder. It deserves to be in Game Pass because it's just not good enough.
Yeah, there's got to be something wrong with it. Got to be something wrong with it. They won't accept that. They won't accept that's not the case.
So yeah, that's all I really had to say about it. I don't know if anybody else has seen any of the slander on Twitter or whatnot.
I got some guy in my mentions when you were live streaming the thing, and I was there with you. I posted after that live stream. I was like, man, this game looks phenomenal. And I got somebody who we follow each other, and he's like, man, I don't know, that just doesn't look that good. I'm like, are you watching? Did you just watch what I watched? Because that looked phenomenal to me. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But it's like why?
What's your opinion? I don't know.
Yeah, what's your opinion? Why didn't you like that? Like that looks so good.
It looks way better. I mean, you even got a pulse in that in the new one compared to the last one where you just hopefully you didn't run into an enemy. There's been so many times in Innocence where I'd be walking around and I just turn my camera and be like, oh shit, there's somebody right next to me. I had no idea that they were there.
Yep.
Or whatnot. But
it looks great.
But now they have Hugo, which he was in the first game, but he has a pulse feature on him because he can control the rats or he feels the rats or whatnot. But he can communicate with the rats, and the rats can feel like the blood coursing through the veins of the enemies that are around. So whenever you hit that pulse, it lets you know who's all completely around you. And I thought that was fantastic addition to that game. I'm really excited for that game. Super pumped, and I'm buying it day one. I got to support it after that one. After the last one, I just played it on Game Pass. I didn't buy it, but this new one, I got to buy it. I got to support Asobo and Focus Entertainment for what they're doing because
Asobo's fantastic.
Game Pass does not support developers. Damn, you give them that
shut
money.
up, Mike.
Well, I mean, technically, I'm supporting them already with my, monthly subscription, but it's not just, I'm gonna give them, a little bit more paper, even though every single person that works there probably got more paper than me.
100%.
But I'm still gonna support them because I like what they're doing out there. It's a beautiful thing.
Exactly. That's exactly how it should be.
Yeah, great game.
It looks phenomenal, man. I can't wait.
Yep.
All right. Well, we went through the panel. Now it's time for Dirt Griggity to go on ahead and give us something salty that he's heard about this week. You already know. Let's go. Let's get it.
Well, gentlemen, I have a segment weekly on my show. It's called POS of the Week. And this is the easy one because this is my POS of the week tomorrow. But I seen a very big YouTuber. Of course, I'm not going to say his name on your show. On my show, I don't give a damn. A very big YouTuber. I believe he has like 6-figure subs. He said, and I'm reading verbatim, only 12% of people on Xbox have completed the story mode
I've
in
seen this
Teenage
one.
Mutant Ninja Turtles
I've
Shredder's
seen this
Revenge.
one. I've seen
Oh
this one.
no, I know this guy.
What
I know
the
you're talking
F
about.
are y'all doing?
I know
So,
this. I know this guy.
Listen, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, right? I was
Yeah.
I was below average in math actually in school, but I do have common sense, and common sense is percentages, right? Because of Xbox Game Pass. Now, I'm assuming I'm not 100% sure, but I'm damn near sure that more people play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah.
Way more people played on Xbox Game Pass, most likely than the PlayStation, because it's in Xbox Game Pass, right?
That's it. They don't have
Absolutely.
to pay for it. They should just say, "I'll play it." Oh, it's on
Absolutely.
for me. I'll
Yeah.
get off it. Right?
Yeah,
They booted
so
it up. More people that
exactly.
booted it up.
They booted
Yeah.
it up, right? Downloaded and booted it up, right?
That's
So
it.
most likely more people played it on Xbox Game Pass. So this guy is running with the 12% percentage, completion percentage. But he's like calling out Xbox guys for not finishing the game, and then some other PlayStation fanboy show, yeah, look, 26% of PlayStation guys finished it. These
They all
bot
paid for it.
exactly.
Which
Paid for the game.
which isn't good.
I hope they
Can I
played
say
it.
that real
Right,
quick?
right.
When your platform, when you don't have that in a service, like God bless you if you bought the game. If you love it, then hey, more power to you. But it's like if you gotta buy the game to play it on your console and only 26% of you did that, that's not good. Like,
Right.
that's not a flex. That's not a
Right.
flex. It's like more people played that. Like Dirt said, more people played that game. Like me, I booted that game up. I played it for like 5 minutes with Mike and Ham.
Yeah.
I'm done with it. It's not my kind of game, really. I don't
Right.
care to play it. But
But you
a lot
played
of
it.
people do. Yeah, I played it. So my
Yeah.
statistic counts.
That
The
absolutely.
thing is, though, let's say if you had to buy it, you probably wouldn't have played it at all. That's the thing, and that
Yeah.
statistic wouldn't be a part of it at all if you never
Yeah.
booted it up.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, so that's my thing. They wanted to, this guy's trying to throw Xbox fans up under the
Yeah.
bus, but he didn't
He
really
does
think
that a
about.
lot. I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
he does that a lot.
yeah,
That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah.
yeah, exactly. But he didn't really think about the percentages. More people played it. Just like I don't know if you guys remember when Halo Infinite dropped, and of course the multiplayer is free to play. Now I could be wrong, but playing the multiplayer means you played the game, right?
Yeah, probably
yeah.
same.
Yeah,
Achievement
I
wise.
remember those same guys were like, "Yo, only 20% of people completed the campaign." Oh, bro, the multiplayer is free. They're using that as, come on, man.
And I'm pretty sure
Millions of
even
people play the game.
even the PC players are equated in that too.
Yeah,
I think. At least some of them are.
thank you,
Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, that's what I want to say. That come on, man. They just so busy trying to throw Xbox fans under the bus. They're not thinking basic percentages.
And he did, and that tweet was a week after the game launched. Not even
Right.
a week, I don't think. I don't think it
No,
was even a week.
It wasn't a whole
It
week.
was like 4
maybe
days.
4 or 5 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I gotta stop working, stop doing what I'm doing, and finish this game.
And just finish the game just to make this guy happy. Just
Exactly.
so on the off chance this guy doesn't console war.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know.
That's funny.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, this, yeah, because I actually even retweeted it, and I was just
I
like,
replied to it,
this
actually,
dude's a bozo. Like I flat out said, this dude's a fucking bozo, man, because it just like if you're in the middle of, especially on Xbox, like you're gonna, like you might download it and you might play it for a couple minutes, or you might beat the game. Either way, but like you got time. Ain't nobody stressing out to hurry up and run through the game unless they like want to show it off to some people. Like I remember when I got the 250 combo thing, I was quick to run out and show that or whatnot because of the excitement of it or whatnot. But I mean, I have ample amount of time to play this. It's not like it's downloading for the weekend like they used to do on Xbox and whatnot, where you get like, free play weekends with games. This game is gonna be on Game Pass for probably at least a year.
Minimum, yeah. I mean, Streets of Rage 2, Streets of Rage 4 was on there for a long time as well. So
yeah, these games stay a long time.
Yeah.
If they hit, they stay a long time.
Yeah. So and plus, like Dirt was saying moments ago, just like 12% completed the game, and within all of the people that have subscriptions and willing to just download a game willy nilly. You got to remember this game is extremely small to download, so you don't really need much space to download it at all. To me, 12% getting into that within a week, like, bro, that's not too bad, and that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. I mean, the way he makes it sound like, oh man, this is only a couple hundred people. Nah, man, we're talking about hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of people that turned on the game, and you're just talking about people that completed it. So what? So what you're saying is there has been a crap ton of people playing this game, but only like less than a quarter of them completed it, which is totally fine. Within what'd you guys say, like 4 or 5 days? That's not bad. Yeah, it's a short game, but hell, I mean, to me, when I hear that, I mean, especially if I was, a developer or something like that, I'd be like, man, that's not too bad for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Absolutely.
Not even. Yeah, not even a week.
That's really good. I don't see the
Drama
problem,
queens.
honestly.
That's all I got to say on that, especially that.
That's
fella.
100% right. 100% right. I don't understand people.
All right, Dirt. So we're gonna move on to our second to last topic before we do outros and everything like that. I want you to kind of sum up a dream game for us real quick from you personally. So what I want you to do is to take two games you really enjoy, whether they're new games or very retro games. I want you to put two games together and give it that AAA quality. I want you to tell us what two games you think would mesh together. We call it the game smush, where you put two games together. Go on ahead and do that for us and kind of give us an idea of what you like to play.
Okay. I would say a game. That's a tough one. Like you said, it could be retro games. It could be any game, right?
Yeah, you can combine a retro with a new game if you want.
You can combine a phone game with a AAA game. Let's go.
Okay, how about
Wordle and Halo?
Damn. How you say what?
I said Wordle and Halo.
Oh.
How about, let me see, Gears of War
and Fruit Ninja.
Oh yeah. Gears of War mixed with a little bit of eSWAT.
What?
Do you guys remember eSWAT? No, you're too young to remember that.
I'm gonna look it up.
Apparently, I don't know.
Is that the Genesis game?
It's a Genesis
eSWAT.
game.
That's a Genesis.
You're like a
I
cop.
had Genesis as a kid. That's all I had.
You're like a
I
cop.
didn't have many games.
That kind of turns to RoboCop.
Yeah.
That one. That's the I knew it was. I was like, I think it's the Genesis one. Yeah, it's the one where you got that big mech suit. Right?
Yeah. I have no idea why that game popped in my head. I have no idea why that game popped in my head. But
bro said he wants a Dread game.
I would the horror element of Gears. You're fighting the locusts, you're fighting monsters, but at the same time in like a current day setting. Not necessarily like an apocalypse, but like it's like in the midst of the world going to shit. You know what I'm saying? And these guys kind of can like build themselves up to have these mech suits, but at the same time they're fighting monsters instead of other humans. You guys know what I'm saying? So that's all I can think of right quick. Sorry, it was a disappointment, but that's all I can think of right quick.
That's interesting. So
because now I learned.
Would it be like? Could it be like a side-scrolling Gears of War as well? You could like, because I mean I think the original one's a side scroll, the original eSWAT, right?
Yeah,
because I think there's an arcade version. I think as well.
It was initially an arcade version. It was one of my favorite games growing up. As a kid. That's why it popped in my head for some reason.
Yeah.
So it definitely was like a side scroller, but I would make this like a AAA, third person behind the shoulder kind of game. So
I mean, but a side-scrolling Gears of War game does sound.
that would be kind of cool though. Yeah,
It has potential. Has potential. Maybe like a lower budget, like Xbox Live Arcade title or something. I don't
Sounds like shit. I'm sorry.
know. Yeah.
Mike, God.
Mike with the slander.
Sounds like fucking garbage. I can't help myself sometimes, man. Something's wrong with me.
I don't know. If I can't use a chainsaw gun, I'm out.
Who said you couldn't use that?
Yeah, put a chainsaw on.
I'm just saying that.
Yeah, no, wait.
That's my favorite part about Gears of War for some reason. Just running up on things with the chainsaw and just watching the blood go everywhere and whatnot. Now I'm kind of curious that about that other game. I'm guessing it was a third person. What was it, side scroller, or was it just
eSWAT, right?
Yeah,
eSWAT. Yeah, eSWAT's like a
Yeah,
side scroll.
it's
An
a-
arcade
it's a-
style.
yeah, it's an arcade on the Sega
Yeah.
Genesis. Like you
Yeah.
were, it's like say you were a cop, and then like throughout the
You have this big
game,
mech suit.
yeah,
and
you
have,
kind of
like,
build
chain
this big
guns and
mess.
everything.
Yeah, you kind of turn into RoboCop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just your standard like arcade kind of like, arcade side scrolling game.
anytime we talk about Gears of War, I just think about how dope it'd be to have a first person version of that game.
Of Gears.
I'd definitely play
Yeah.
it.
Give it to id. Give it to
Let's
id and let it make a
go.
first
Give
person
everything to
Gears.
id.
That would
Give
be
Halo.
insane.
Halo,
Do it.
Gears, everything. Just give it to id.
Do it.
I think it'd be interesting to see id work with the coalition. I think that
It would be. It'd be incredibly
extremely
interesting.
nuts. I don't know what the
Id
hell
or
would be
Rush
good
would
after
fucking-
that.
Every
Oh my
Microsoft game
God.
should run on id tech.
That's
There
what.
you go.
Listen, I'm gonna say it real quick. That's what Phil Spencer said. He was really excited about the acquisition was
Yeah.
the fact that they now own id Tech
Yeah.
and everything they can do with id Tech. So I'm excited as well. Believe in Phil. Just kidding.
Really.
Fantastic. Well, let's go on ahead and hit our last subject of this evening. And I'm going to, and this one is called overrated or underrated. And what we like to do with our guests is have them pick one of each. So we want to hear your most underrated game and your most overrated game of all time. But before we get to you, Dirt, I want to go through the panel first. I'm going to start out with It's Me, Twan. What is your
All right.
underrated or overrated game?
So this game recently just got unlocked in my mind because just recently actually became an Xbox Live Gold title recently. And that game is Rascals. I actually played this back when it first came out on the 360. And it's basically if you get Mr. Driller on the PlayStation 1 and you mix that with Mario Kart essentially. So it's like a racing game and it's like a platformer. And I just think it's like I play it and it's fantastic. There's all the characters you can unlock. There's a lot of stages. And it's just a fun game, and I just feel like nobody talks about it. Like I literally had I pretty much forgot about this game for the past like 6 years, and I just remembered about it right now because it's on Xbox Live Gold, might as well play it. And I just played it. I'm like, damn, this game is fun. And yeah, nobody talks about it. So yeah, that's an underrated game of mine. It's Rascals. It's like literally I think right now it's on Gold right now. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's a fun game. It's a fun game, and it just doesn't get enough love. And I think it's still only on the 360 as of right now, but luckily it's in backwards compatible, in the backwards compatibility program. So yeah, I mean it's on Gold, got no excuse, might as well try it out. I think you might at least have a decent amount of fun with it at the very least.
Okay.
Good shot.
Yeah.
How about you, Matt Likes Games? What's going on?
Rise. Son of Rome. K Mega mentioned it.
Overrated.
Party?
Just kidding.
Mike, I'm gonna beat you. But K Mega mentioned it in the party the other night, and I downloaded it and I was playing the multiplayer, and dude, it's such. I mean, it's underrated.
Absolutely.
To be clear, it's such a good game. It is so like I don't know how it scored the way it scored or why it scored the way it scored. I mean, I guess the perception of Xbox at the
Yeah,
time didn't help.
it was
But
Xbox
it's
hate. Yeah.
yeah, but it's like, man, that game to this day, it not only holds
Graphics
up,
were
it plays
insane.
Yeah, it not only holds up, it looks a lot better than most games made today, and it plays better than a lot of games made today. So it's just so, and the multiplayer. There's still people playing the multiplayer, which I was surprised to see. It's so much fun, man. That
I think
game
a
is
lot of
so
people didn't
much
like
fun.
the quick time events. I think there's like some quick time events that they had in there.
Yeah,
There's like
yeah.
the executions and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that. Like probably feel like this is
I
terrible.
thought
and
that was
stuff.
awesome.
Yeah.
I
I
thought
thought
that was
that was
absolutely awesome. I mean,
it
like
was awesome.
people hated the quick time events on Rise, but God of War quick time events was fine. So it was just a lot of hate Xbox was getting
I
at
mean,
that time.
Spider-Man had a lot of quick time events.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
Great
yeah.
Explorer.
oh yeah.
Xbox bad, guys. Okay.
But I
That's
just
how
remember
that's
so
how it
many things.
seems. That's how it seems.
That's
Especially
just what
during
it
that
is.
time. Especially during that time. It was
Oh
bad.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even me during that time. I mean, I wasn't like trashing the games, but I was very displeased at that time period.
A lot of
That's another
people
story,
were.
though.
A lot of
At least
people
we
were.
had Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
it's insane, and I watched I think J Rock posted it on Twitter because J Rock all up in the war. He all up in there.
Yeah.
J Rock's cool dude. He's gonna be on Behind Them Sticks here in the next couple of weeks. Shameless plug,
Okay.
but but what I wanted to say is he posted a video because he does that a lot of games like look like running old or two games put together and whatnot. He put Rise Son of Rome right
Oh
next
yeah.
to God of War with
Oh
the
yeah.
rolls, with I think with the like some of the quick time,
Yeah.
and just generally just like the way the camera looks and everything like that, and it's so similar. It's
It
so
is.
similar that I'm just like, wow, like I can't believe this
You gotta send me
game
that clip.
rated in the 60s. This game rated
My-
in the 60s.
It was
How long
actually
was the
60.
game, actually? Like,
It
how
was
long
damn near
was-
59.
Yep.
Yeah. How
And
long was the
it's-
game? Like the
it's-
length of it?
It was about
4 or
like
5 hours.
It's probably
Yeah,
short. Yeah, I think
it was
a
a
short game.
short game. It was a
Yeah.
short game, but the story was phenomenal. The combat, like people say that they didn't like it. I'm like, man, the combat is super nice. I love the quick time events. The multiplayer was awesome, especially if you had like a friend to play it with and not just a random. It's just a fun game. It's just a really
Remember when it
fun
was a first-person Connect game? I remember that. When it was.
Oh, dude,
remember that?
I don't even know about that. That's nuts,
Oh
though.
yeah,
Glad they didn't go with it.
Yeah, it was originally gonna be like a first-person Connect game.
I'll tell you,
Well,
that's the one thing I
interesting.
didn't. That's the one thing I didn't love about the game, which you didn't really even have to do, but they kind of just suggested you do it. When the Xbox One launched, there was like Connect commands in that game,
Oh god.
which I was like,
That's
okay,
hilarious.
that's an interesting concept, but it's like I don't want to do all that all the time. But you didn't have to. You didn't have
Yeah,
to.
you
You could
didn't
just
have
press the button.
Yeah, just Microsoft wanted everyone to use that Connect when it first came
Yeah,
out.
they were really pushing
They
that
really
Connect
put-
for a
Yeah,
while.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
essential originally.
$100.
I remember
yeah,
making
well,
the football and calling timeouts and stuff like that in Madden.
Oh yeah. Timeouts and dude, I was calling timeouts in 2K on the 360 when the Connect came out.
yeah, that was
with that
awesome.
thing.
That stuff was awesome.
You felt
you
like
know,
a
I-
real
That's
coach.
nice.
Timeout. What the fuck
Yeah.
is going on?
I
Yeah,
remember.
I remember 2K. I remember 2K13. I cussed. I said, "What the fuck is going?" And I got a tech. I
Hey,
got
Matt,
a tech.
I was just about to say that. That exact same thing happened to me. I couldn't believe it. I thought that was the coolest thing of all time. I was like, "Oh
Right?
snap!"
Dude,
I thought that was dope. It was 2K13.
That was.
Yep. I
That
was like, "Oh,
was.
that's fine." Yeah, that was crazy.
That was awesome.
That's hilarious.
That Connect
All
was
right.
Connect was really cool sometimes.
I think my
Sure.
favorite part with the Connect, especially on the Xbox One, was just saying Xbox record that. I feel like that always worked every time I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's funny? I just recently bought a Connect, an original Connect for my 360 in my bedroom.
Yeah.
And me and my
That's
family
definitely
recently has been
worthwhile.
playing Dance Central and bowling and stuff. It's actually pretty good, man. It was
best-
actually pretty cool.
The best 360 Connect game was actually Fruit Ninja Connect. That game was so
Yeah.
good on the Connect.
Yeah,
I love that.
that was a lot of fun, bro. It was a lot of fun, man. Connect was cool, but
It was.
I think the Connect being a success, the first Connect being a success,
Mhm.
was the worst thing to happen to Microsoft,
Yeah.
to Xbox.
The 360
Yeah.
Connect, I feel like is still worth owning. The 360 Connect
Yeah.
because at least there's some interesting software on that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I think the only thing that really hurt it is the fact that it was bundled in with the Xbox and you couldn't do anything about it. That's the one thing that hurt it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it killed the initial sales.
It did.
I want to go into the chat real quick, and I want many other people that are watching this to do the same thing. If you want to, you can join the conversation. He put for overrated game is Horizon Forbidden West.
Ooh.
Oh,
I know. I mean, he went straight for the juggler right there.
Oh.
He had took. I mean, that was mine.
Hey, man.
Oh man,
I'm savage. Classy will be
What it
ratchet.
is.
So make sure we don't get copyright strike.
Oh, hey, man.
We're good, bro. We're good.
It ain't gonna happen.
But anyways, and then he said underrated game is Man-Eater or the original Red. He meant to say Red Faction. Yeah, Red Faction. He said Fraction.
Oh,
but he meant
Red
to say
Faction.
Red Faction was fantastic.
It was. Red Faction was awesome.
I used to kill people with the rail gun because it could go through walls. And I used to also take rocket launchers and like break through walls and like make my own tunnels and hide and just sit there with the rail gun and just pop people.
That's exactly what, dude, me and my cousin used to do that all the time. And we just kill each other from like tunnels and walls. It was fantastic.
Really good game. Yeah, really good one, Rob. Really good one. Mr. Joanna Dark in the chat says Knack is underrated.
Knack's a masterpiece.
I wouldn't know.
You know what? If the game had
wait.
more,
Is it
like...
Knack 1 or is it Knack 2? Which one?
Ooh, we're gonna have to wait for a response on that one.
One thing, I actually enjoyed the first Knack. One of the issues though I had with it was the fact that like, I don't know, it just felt there's a lot of times you're in this giant open area and you just fight one enemy. It was just kind of weird. But I actually had fun with it. I don't know why the hell it got a sequel though.
Yeah, that's cool. I was the last game that needed a sequel. I mean, there's so many games.
Wow, yeah, I just looked that up. That does not have favorable ratings.
Yeah, even the first one. Yeah, the first one didn't do that good. I think because it became such a meme, and they're like, "Oh, let's cash in on this," and then they made a sequel.
Yeah, I knew it sounded familiar. I just never seen this.
No, I know you're kidding, Dark. I'm just saying from what I put. And the only reason that game was even a thing is because it just showcased the power of the PlayStation 4.
I know. I found it funny how like that was a game that they're like, okay, this could only be on the PS4. I'm like, really? This couldn't run on the PS3? Like,
are you sure? just like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I mean, hey, is what it is though.
Lord. Oh Lord,
no,
Joanna,
trying to start something.
Mr. Joanna Dark's getting messy in the chat now. He said Resident Evil Code Veronica is very underrated.
Nah,
I mean that's a fair take if you really like it.
I feel like, yeah, I mean it's.
But he's always up in here talking. He's everywhere
Dreamcast.
with that Code Veronica shit, bro.
It's a good game. I mean, I guess it doesn't get enough love that it should. I guess it's a good game on the, especially if you play the Dreamcast one. Because the Dreamcast one, you could actually see the health on the little screen, which is pretty nice instead of going into a menu. Because the other ones, you always have to go in a menu to see your health. But in the Dreamcast one, you can just look at the screen. It was like, I was like, this is cool. It was just a cool thing at the time, I guess, too, right? But yeah, it's an interesting game. It was a really good game.
People like it.
Okay, so he said it's the truth on this one. Okay, gotcha, bro. Gotcha. All right, so I'm gonna go on ahead and spit mine real quick, and this might make a few people salty, but it is what it is. I don't care. My overrated game is Prey.
Like the new one? The new one?
The new one.
Yep.
Arcane,
the most latest. Yep, that game. Yeah. Prey. Not a fan. Everyone talks about it like it's the.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
Like it's fantastic, but for me, that thing was boring as hell. It felt lonely. The guns in that game were just kind of lame to me. I just
my brother said
didn't really like it. I didn't really like the crafting aspect to it. I guess is probably my biggest issue. And sometimes I felt like I was running into areas that I was clearly not armed and ready for it, and I didn't even know how to get back to where I came from anymore. So I was just I just was constantly getting lost in that. You know what, Joanne Dark, if you want to unsubscribe, do what you got to do. But that is my overrated. No, I mean, I'm also going to make people salty if I say my most underrated game, which is, it's always going to be, yes, you nailed it. Ark Survival Evolved.
This is probably the second time you
Yeah, it's the second time I brought it up. It's the second time, and I'm going to keep bringing it up until it's great to y'all.
I thought we weren't allowed to go. I thought we weren't allowed to talk about the
you got
games.
a long road ahead of you, Ham. I'll tell you that.
God bless.
It will be, man, you guys wait. Everyone's sleeping on Ark 2.
I will wait. I will wait.
Download that. Y'all will try it and you will enjoy it.
Luckily, it's not.
It is what it is. I mean, even my boy Vinny said, Vin Diesel said
decisions.
Vinny says a lot of things.
I thought you meant Vinny. Okay.
Yeah. Y'all thought I was. I mean, you guys are hating in the wrong direction, right?
Regardless.
But my boy Vin Diesel, Mr. 10,000 hours in the original Ark. He said you are not a real gamer if you don't enjoy this game, and I second that. Yes,
sir.
I
agree.
Wait, was he talking about the original Ark?
No, he's talking about the new one. He's talking about the new one.
Oh, dude, I was about to say, my God, he's out of his mind. All right, God bless.
Because I'm interested in the new one because they say the gameplay is inspired by Souls, like the Souls-like stuff.
Yeah, the new one sounds pretty damn sick.
How many hours did Vin Diesel have on the original Ark?
It was reported to be like 10,000 plus.
Jesus Christ. That guy's got a lot of time on his hands, it looks like.
No. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's just over 1,000. It's just over 1,000.
Okay, I was like 10,000.
I misread that. 10,000. I don't know if he'd have any time to act.
I was going to say, I was like, is he retired? I was going to say.
I mean, he's doing like 2 Fast and Furious movies a year. So.
Oh my God.
Maybe they got like an AI. I don't know.
He's a very busy guy.
Fast and the Furious will fall to the wayside after this game comes out.
Yeah, this is what he's going to be known for, his Ark 2.
Yep, that's exactly it, bud. That's exactly it. All right. Haters. It is what it is. Mike.
All right, so my underrated game, and I totally wasn't this desperately looking for it. Is called Counter Spy, and it was a very fun side-scrolling, kind of cover-based shooter for the PlayStation 4 and PS Vita, and probably one of my favorite indie games from that time period.
So I kind of spaced out. What was the game again?
Halo Infinite.
Oh my God.
Counter Spy. I adored this game. It was like Cold War era, and you were sneaking through Russian facilities. And this is the thing, though. You had to be very good at what you did, because if you messed up a lot, you could start a nuclear war. So you know what I'm saying? So if you kept alerting them, they'd realize like the Americans or whatever country you are invaded, and so they'd launch a nuclear war. You know what I mean? So it was really fun, and like it was randomly generated in a very good way. The combat was great. You were constantly upgrading your things. It was just so fun. The art style is gorgeous. And I wish it would get a re-release, or I don't even know if it was released on Xbox.
You said it was on Vita, and what else?
It was on Vita. I owned it on my Vita and PS4.
Okay. Did it get a physical copy?
Genuinely such a fun game. Yeah. Okay. John. Yeah. He remembers Counter Spy. I really love that game. It wasn't perfect, especially the Vita port had a lot of frame issues, and even on PS4 it had issues. Yeah. I just love when you got into cover. It kind of turned into a third-person shooter, kind of. You had to upgrade like how much, like if you do headshot damage, stuff like that. It's probably been 20. When did this come out? Like 2014. Yeah, it's probably been like, oh my God, how long ago was 2014? Oh my God, yeah, I haven't played it since 2014.
A long ass time.
So I really personally enjoyed it, and it's kind of a shame that it seems to be kind of lost to time now.
Well, at least it's on PS4, right? You said.
I think actually, I think I can still buy it. So if I want to play it again.
So at least it'd be playable on PS5 at least.
Yeah, I just feel like it was one of those games that kind of always got overlooked because I remember playing that and I was being blown away when it came in. Like, this is fucking phenomenal.
And you said it was an
Because it was
indie game?
tough. Yes, it was an indie game. Side and the publisher was Sony Interactive, Sony Entertainment. So yeah, it's definitely not on Xbox.
Oh shit.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, it was during that time when Sony really was pushing indie games. You know, when they didn't have any first party games, so they really relied on indie games, and then they threw indie developers in the side. I'm scared, or am I? But
That's true.
so
It's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna look at this.
yeah, it's a really great game. If you have a PlayStation 4 or a PS3, it's on PS3 as well, or a Vita. Seriously, go play it. It is so fun. Not perfect because it's been, like I said, it's been like probably like 6-7 years now since I played it. So
your memory's probably fizzy on it. Your memory.
Yeah, a little fizzy. I just remember it was fun shooting some Russians in the head and just sneaking around and cracking necks and sabotaging machines and stealing war plans, and it was just a lot of fun.
Since we're on the topic of the Vita, have you heard of Unit 13 on there?
Yes, I own that. I got my PS Vita 2 weeks after it launched, and that was my first game.
That one wasn't too bad. I haven't played in years.
I actually had a lot of fun. It was definitely like kind of like meant for mobile, like on the go. But it was like 50 something missions, and then they like weekly would add like 5 games like a week or something. Yeah, 5 more levels a week or something. It would like remastered, remix. It was a fun game. It was a fun game.
Not too bad. Well, a game that's definitely gonna be forgotten on the Vita. So unfortunately,
yeah, that's a shame.
Well. Gonna do.
Oh, if something was only on the Vita, that shit's dead.
Yeah, that's true. I think that was a Vita exclusive. That game, I'm pretty sure.
It was a Vita exclusive. Yeah, it's by Zipper Interactive or Zipper Entertainment.
Yeah,
Zipper or something. I don't know.
All right.
That's all.
All right. So, Twan, did you get your chance to spit your bars?
Oh yeah, I think I what game did I say again? I was talking about Rascals, I think.
Oh yeah, Rascals was it.
Yeah.
Matt?
What's up?
Did you spit your bars?
Yeah, I said Rise.
I think
all right,
we all
fantastic. So the only one left is Mr. Dirt Griggity.
Yes. So I think I'm actually going to go all PlayStation for both of these. I already mentioned
PlayStation game.
Overrated for me personally. I thought Horizon Zero Dawn. It looks absolutely gorgeous. The first one, I played it about maybe 7-8 hours. I just couldn't get into it, and I'm a guy that loves PlayStation exclusives, but I couldn't get into that. I bought Forbidden West. I played it on my PS4 Pro. A little bit. Now I have a PS5 and I haven't booted it up yet, but I'm going to give it a fair shot. But to me, it's a little overrated. Now underrated. I love Days Gone.
Yes.
I love Days Gone.
That's a fair
yes.
Yeah.
That's
I thought
a good
Days
one.
Gone was dope, man. It got like a 71 Metacritic. Yes, the game has some bugs initially, but what game doesn't at this point?
Yeah.
Dude, especially an open world game. That game was phenomenal.
I enjoyed it. I thought maybe it was like maybe 10 hours too long because I did finish it. It seemed like it was just dragging on towards the end, but I thought the story was great. I thought the gameplay was good enough. I enjoyed it. You can feel like there are certain games where like you like in a post-apocalyptic. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. Post-apocalyptic. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it could be a tongue twister.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem that scary or it's kind of messed up, but this seems like you felt like the time they were living in, bro. It was terrible. You had these swarms of zombies walking around, bro, and then when they started attacking you, that was kind of scary, man.
The hordes were intense.
Yeah, very intense. So that was an underrated game.
Those little kid hordes were weird.
Like,
the what?
Oh yeah.
Those like little kid like hordes.
Man, I'm telling you, it was a.
What are you talking? I don't even know what that.
There's like little kid. There's like little kid zombies, and they'll team up in like hordes, and they will mess you up. They will mess you up.
Terrible.
Christ, that game sounds fucked up. I need to play it.
Yeah, so
it's great.
I think it's free. I think on PlayStation.
It's in PS.
Is that in the Plus collection? Is it?
It should be.
I think it is.
And it runs at 60.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, I'm disappointed there's no sequel coming, but yeah, that's my
Oh
underrated.
man, yeah.
And overrated.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Sony would rather just make Last of Us again. Yeah.
Yeah.
A remake of a remaster of a game that doesn't need it.
Yeah. So.
Man, their decisions, man, I can't. Their decisions.
It's unfortunate, but yeah, that game was so good. I definitely agree with that.
Fantastic, fantastic. About Horizon, like I didn't really get into the first one that much. I played it for like, I want to say I gave it like 10 hours, and then and then the new one dropped, and I purchased that, and I was really hyped when I was playing it. And I had a really good time for a while, but to be honest, I got fatigued of using that bow and arrow. I just got tired of it. Like it just gets a little old throwing bows and what's it called? Like spears at things. Like I just felt like I was doing the same thing a little too much. And I feel like that would have been okay if the melee combat was dope. But the melee combat to me personally is just terrible.
It's not great.
It's not. It feels like a copy and paste a little bit of the last one. Maybe it's just because I haven't put enough like points into certain areas or whatnot. But I don't know. It just feels like I'm doing the same thing over and over, and kind of got old after a little while.
That's the thing. My brother said he had a problem with that. He's like, you just felt like you're just doing this the whole time, you know.
I'm just shooting arrows for like, and especially on some of the parts where I was like under leveled, I'd be like shooting arrows for what felt like 30-40 minutes. And then after that fight, I'd be like, dude, I can't play this now. Like I'm done. It is pretty cool riding the pterodon. I got all the way up to the point where I'm like, I got the pterodon and I can like override a lot of other animals and whatnot. But I don't know. I feel like after I got the pterodon, I was like, I'm done with the game. And I just kind of put it away. All I wanted to do was fly with Aloy, and after I got to do that, I was satisfied.
That's it.
Platinum. Yeah, that was it. That was pretty much. Oh yeah, that was the platinum right there. Do a spin attack with Aloy and a pterodon. Yep, that was it. But anyways, I'm going ahead and end it there. Did anybody else have anything that they wanted to get off their chest before we go on ahead and get out of here?
I have a headache right now.
I think so.
Thanks, Swan, for that news. He has a headache. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us on this week's episode of The Game Drain. Thanks for coming back, especially since we had to skip last week due to my daughter being in the hospital. And just the energy wasn't quite right. So we just didn't have that.
I was pretty sick last week. So it was
just a rough week for everybody is what it seemed like. But thanks to those that came back to the show. Definitely. Make sure you show up next week. We're going to be having Shadow Blades on. He was supposed to be on last week, but I just got done explaining all that, so I don't need to do it again. But yeah, make sure you guys show up for that. I'm gonna have each person spit off their bars of where you can find them real quick. Let's go on ahead and start with Matt.
Yeah, you can find me at Matt Likes Games, spelled with a 3 instead of an E, on Twitter, and then you can find me on YouTube, Matt Likes Games. I try to have at least one video out every week. Right now I'm working on something for Redfall. I'll have that out probably midweek. But yeah, check me out over there and on Twitter.
Fantastic. And then let's move on down the line to Twan.
All right. You can find me here every Sunday on the show. Also, I'm on Twitter at It's Me Twan. I got some other things on my Twitter account, like my YouTube. If you want to subscribe to that, go for it. I mean, who knows? I might upload something. So that's it.
There you go. Looking forward to it.
I feel a little fresh. I might feel a little crazy and
All right, Dirt.
Yo, check out my channel, Dirt Griggity. I have a podcast on Monday evenings at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time called We Bleed Green. As I mentioned earlier, we we have a lot of fun, man. We talk a lot of trash. Ham Solo was a guest on there 1 week, so he knows how we get down over there. But we like I said, we just have fun. We try to be entertaining. And I drop regular content on my channel, so check that out. And on Twitter, I'm at Griggity. That's it. Thanks for the invite, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
No problem, man.
And Hard Days, Mike, let them know where they can find you, bro.
Big vanilla.
You can't find me. I'm just kidding. My Twitter, if you want to find me, is Hard Days Mike. That's really it. I don't really do much else.
He
Well,
accept
got
follows,
Twitch,
but
too.
he doesn't. He never follows back. That's how he does his.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I got
'cause I hate
really
all you.
lucky.
Just kidding. No.
He only
You-
he's weird. He only follows Kojima.
Only Kojima. I like everything he tweets. Yeah, that's all I really do. I mean, I have a Twitch. It's also Hard Days Mike, but I only do that every once in a while. I
Hell,
mean,
you're
your
doing
Twitch
that
is
like
good.
three. You do that at least like 3 times a week. It seems.
Yeah,
like.
that's worth shouting out. That's worth.
Oh yeah,
shouting
you're
out.
It's
undervaluing
not really
it.
trying to. It's usually because like I'll have a friend DM me that says, "Hey, you gonna play something?" And that's the only reason why I stream is when people ask me to play something. You know what I
Well,
mean?
if you got
So it's
one
not like-
person asking you to play, you definitely need to be announcing your shit.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
This is
Yeah,
starting
so
to
you can,
become like
you can
just-
find me at Matt Likes Games. You can find me at
Let's
Hard
go.
Days Mike. Hard Days Mike on
Uh-huh.
Twitter. And yes, it is a Beatles reference because goated band. But yeah, that's all I got really to say, and I'm exhausted. So I'm like, I have no energy left. Take it
God,
away, everyone.
So am I.
All right, yeah, I'll go on ahead and take it away and close this out. Again, thanks everybody for showing up. You can find me HamSolo05 Gaming on Twitter, and then for YouTube, you can find me at TSWS Gaming. That stands for They Said We Said. We have a few different shows. Behind Them Sticks is one of them. I actually had Griggity on that show. And everybody else that's on this panel has been on that show as well. So definitely check that out if you want to learn about the people that are on Twitter or that are in gaming. Definitely a pretty fun episode or fun episodes with a lot of things to learn about the people within the gaming community. And then also on Friday, you can check me out on TSWS Gaming as well, doing Bull Sittin' with Loke7 and Cozy Beluga, who knows what she's going to ever eat whenever she gets onto that podcast. This week was supposed to be, she had some internet problems, so she wasn't able to join us, but this week she was supposed to be doing some watermelon potato salad. I didn't quite understand what that really was. But in the past, she has ate, what was it? What was it? Pig's feet?
She ate pig's feet. She had canned bread 1 week. It's just
It's like the SpongeBob episode.
Bread. It's never good with Cozy.
Yeah, Cozy's
and it's always entertaining. Always entertaining, never good.
It's always entertaining. She loves her PC gaming and Nintendo. Me and Luke both play a lot of PlayStation 5 and Xbox, so you'll definitely hear a lot of different takes on a show like that for sure. But thank you everybody for showing up to the Game Drain this week. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this type of content, and share this out so other people within the community can enjoy this type of content. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and we will see you next week. Peace out.
Yeah.